All right, welcome back and happy Wednesday to everyone. This is going to be another episode 3. To be honest, it's probably like episode 2.5. Okay, I don't really want to spend too much time because I do have a time limit. Trying to keep these videos below 15 minutes because when you make a new YouTube channel, YouTube puts a time limit on your videos until you reach like a certain amount of subscribers and views. So if you are new here and enjoy this content, please subscribe. It's completely free. Please like these videos too. This playlist is going to be in the description of this video. Not to mention any case studies that I talk about will be in the description. This playlist, if you haven't seen it, it's on my main YouTube channel. Basically pretty much documents everything. My medical records, publicly without revealing too much private information, aka doctors' information, like sensitive information. But every single thing is here of my kidney sizes, my images, ultrasounds, MRIs, my blood work, pretty much everything. Interviews as well with Dr. Wimes, Dr. Jacob Torres, Dr. Messing, and also my case report, case study, because I am a case report, case study, and it feels, it's a little bit unreal to be perfectly honest, but okay, what do I want to talk about today? So yesterday I uploaded a video, talking about blood work and why images matter. I talked about blood work that you should really consider getting if you are going to be embarking on this self-healing journey. Or if you have been doing, let's say, maybe a plant-based ketogenic diet for a while, and you're like, you want to know what? I kind of really want to spice some things up. I want to move more so into maybe ketovore, which is a red meat version of a ketogenic diet. Well, you gotta get blood work done before, and really images done before, because you got to see what a change in your eating habits does not only to your body in the terms of just an overall blood work from your cholesterol to your kidney, your liver panel, just anything else that you're tracking. And then you also have to see what happens afterward. So you have to get blood before and you have to get blood after along with images. On top of that, you have to be consistent. I understand it's hard. I'm going to be making some guide videos here relatively soon because I have had to break a lot of nasty habits. No, I just didn't like go from eating a bunch of sugar and carbs to instantaneously, hey, I'm in a low carb state. The first 2.5 months was absolutely hell. It sucked. It was brutal. I failed more times than you can imagine. If somebody ever puts you down for failing, especially when you're trying to do a certain type of diet, ignore them because they are an asshole. You're not a failure if you need to have a cheat day. If you wake up and you're pulling out your hair because you're having such bad sugar cravings, you just need to have something. I actually have a lot of strategies that I wish I knew over a year ago. That is actually very helpful for people that might be in those situations. Because believe it or not, if you wake up and you're having a bad day, you got to remember your behavioral health is everything. You cannot see results in your blood. Yes, your behavioral health, anxiety, stress, it can raise up your vitals. It can raise up your blood pressure. It can affect your health. It significantly can. Stress is a big factor. It can affect your images. Sure, it could. So you got to make sure your mind is also there. But I'll be making videos on how you can possibly curb cheating. I might actually do that video for tomorrow. So definitely if you do subscribe, make sure the notification bell is turned on. I really want to fill up this playlist as soon as possible. Maybe over the course of the next month, have maybe like 30, maybe 40 videos in here of pretty much every single thing that I have done in the last 1.5 years that's documented for people. Just in case, God forbid, I am out exercising and something bad happens to me. You always got to be thinking that terminology. Okay, so yesterday I talked about images being used for motivation. Blood work. Very important. You have to get blood work before you have polycystic kidney disease. Even if you don't have polycystic kidney disease, you may be using a ketogenic approach to really reverse anything that you have going on, whether it's obesity, hypertension, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease. Yes, there are so many studies of cardiovascular disease showing a slow of a calcium score increase. Some of these studies are crazy. They have shown a regression in calcium scores, utterly remarkable. So whatever you're doing to self-heal, you got to get blood work before. Why does images matter so much for PKD, and why are they going to be used for motivation? It is very hard to stick to this, especially in the first couple months with the world that we live in. The world we live in here in America, if you're in a different country, please let me know. I ended up living in Europe for 2 years. I was stationed in Germany on active duty with the U.S. military. They really don't have an obesity problem over there. But they do also have plenty of carbs and plenty of sugars. And carbs and sugar is a driving factor for PKD. So it doesn't really matter what country you may be in. But the food over in Europe is phenomenally better than the food here in America. It's very unfortunate. So images matter, in my opinion, even more than blood work, because you need to see what one style of eating is doing to your progression and what the future may look like. And that's going to be sheer motivation for you. I was a rapid progressive state of PKD. In 10 months, my kidneys grew by 15 and 18%. July of 2023, they were 11.8 centimeters, 13.8 centimeters, and then May of 2024, 14 and 16. That is 15 and 18% rapid growth. I was doing something to piss them off. No, I didn't have a AKI, acute kidney injury. All I was doing was just activating mTAR. I was snacking all throughout the day on sugar. Candy bars, sugary coffee, first thing in the morning, sugary yogurt, sugary bread, a lot of wheat beer, a lot of pasta, no exercise, rapid progression. I dropped all that stuff, and I did 4.5 months of straight keto, no cheat days, from August up until December. The first 2.5 months, though, which was the end of May, June, July, and beginning of August, I had cheat days here and there. Some were planned, some weren't. I'm going to be talking more about that, but the first 2.5 months were brutal. It was hellish. But the 4.5 months that I did straight keto, I had my MRI, of course. I had blood work before starting keto, and then 4.5 months after doing keto, along with fasting every single day and also doing prolonged fasting as well. I was in my doctor's office December 4th, 2024. I just got an ultrasound done, and I was hoping and praying that I would be at a 5% progression, because PKD progresses annually, typically on a 5% basis. However, rapid progression does happen when you piss these things off. If you are rapidly progressing, something is pissing these things off, like my case was. I was looking at kidney failure. I was 35 May of 2024. I'm 37 now. I was looking at kidney failure at the age of 44 and 45. If my kidneys were going to grow the way they were supposed to. Massive, massive growth. I was in my doctor's office just thinking, please, okay, maybe maybe if the 16 centimeter goes to like 17, maybe if the 14 goes to like 14 and a half or 15, okay, I'm quickly doing the math. 7 months later, after my MRI, my doctor read off the measurements. 14.2, 16.1. Now, this is an ultrasound, not an MRI, but my radiology does pretty damn well close to the same on images. I had tears in my eyes, and I said, wow, this is like the greatest Christmas present ever. I had some family members there with me, and I got like literally a halt in my progression. That was the biggest motivation to me to continue to do this. If you are rapidly progressing and you get images before starting keto, ketovore, carnivore, or maybe even a plant-based approach, and your rapid progression slows down or halts, that should be motivation to you. That should be extreme motivation to you. And if your progression does not slow down, never give up, never stop trying, and try something different. I'm a carnivore because carnivore fully reversed my condition, and my body operates the best in a carnivore state. I don't believe everyone should be carnivore. See what works for you. I have done keto consistently. I have done ketovore. That's when my kidneys started to shrink. And I did carnivore and they just went to such a small size now. On my newest ultrasound, they're both 12 centimeters. Do I believe they're exactly 12 centimeters? No. But you want to know what? 12 centimeters is a lot lower than 14.2 and 16.1. Once again, after Christmas, I moved into ketovore. And I said to myself, and also my dietitian, I'm like, hey, I want to be more aggressive. I'm motivated. I want to now aim for shrinkage. I did ketovore, a red meat variant of a ketogenic diet, and also replacing a lot of oils like olive oil, extra organic, extra virgin olive oil, and avocado oil with basically just butter. That's also kind of ketovore in a way. And I also got rid of a daily salad as well. Ketovore is just kind of a really blend of like, it's a red meat heavy variant of a ketogenic diet with a lot less like oils and more kind of like butter in a way, and also ghee or beef tallow. 4 months of doing ketovore, I got my new MRI with another ultrasound. My MRI, 15 centimeters, 14. But Dr. Messing, Melina, here, she ran my images into an AI software, and it showed that my total kidney volume on both kidneys had shrunk by a lot. That was even more motivation for me. And then I said, okay, I'm going to go all in. 5 months straight carnivore, 0 total carb. I got an ultrasound and 12 at same place, same location. Images are going to be a driving factor for motivation. Your doctors, my doctors, honestly do not specialize in this, but I'm very grateful because they actually listened, and the way they listened to me is by looking at my results, because they could not explain how I was rapidly progressing and then I just stopped and then shrunk and reversed. They can't explain that other than what I tell them. Hey, I am on a low-carb ketogenic diet. Hey, I'm on a carnivore diet. No dietary sugar and carbs. This obviously is my own personal cure. You, with polycystic kidney disease, you rate images. You have to be proactive, though. If you are not being proactive, at least for 1 year, we all rate an MRI 1 year. And if you're having really bad issues, you may even rate 2 MRIs. You got to push. You rate images. You got to push. And you got to fight for yourself. And the motivation is going to be there, I promise. But images matter so much. Hopefully this video gave you all a lot of motivation. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, and let me know in some comments where you're at in your self-healing journey. All right, take it easy, everyone.